Does the GTI still got the special sauce to be number one? What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is TORQ. If you're new to the channel, I review cars and I do vlog in the automotive world. So this week I've got a few cars in my driveway. I've got this GMC Terrain SLT, black grille, black rims. I'm doing some advertising with it, some content creation. But this week, this is the car I'm driving. The Golf GTI Autobahn Edition 2020. So it's been a while I haven't drove a compact sport car, I could say, hot hatch. And the GTI is one of the leader in that segment. Truly the Volkswagen Golf is one of the most important car for Volkswagen. So this Golf GTI behind me, it's probably the last one of this generation. Probably next year we're gonna see the new generation of Golf. If everything goes well, you know, right now with the COVID and all that, everything's been pushed. So hopefully for 2021, we're gonna see the new generation of Golf. But let's drive this one. So I'm gonna show you exactly what is the Autobahn package. So the Autobahn package, it's a few things, you know, you got those really nice 20 inches lightweight wheels. They're looking kind of like the same pattern as the Porsche turbo wheels. I really like them. And you get also the LED headlights. You get a big sunroof. You get the keyless entry, and you also have a spatial interior. This one doesn't have the leather. This one have the optional Clark seat. I really like those seats. If you're a legit Volkswagen car enthusiast, you know those seats, you like those seats, and it's not for everyone, but if you're a fan of Volkswagen, you dig those seats. Under the hood of this Golf GTI, you will find a 4-cylinder 2-liter turbo, good for 228 horsepower and 258 foot-pounds of torque. A pretty good little engine, good power for front-wheel drive, matched to an auto 7-speed DSG Triptronic, and this one you can also get a 7-speed manual. But for this one, this week, we've got the DSG, and I don't mind it because it's a really good transmission for this type of car. So let's go drive it on the road. All right, behind the wheel of the 2020 Volkswagen Golf GTI Autobahn Edition this week. Telling you the truth, guys, I'm a bit nostalgic this week driving a Volkswagen. My first car was a 2003 Volkswagen Jetta GLI VR6 6-speed, so it brings me back some memories driving this Golf. Even if I didn't own a Golf, you know, the Jetta was really similar to the Golf back then. It's not the case anymore. That's the thing, you know, these days the hot hatch are really kind of dying here in North America, Canada, USA. If you guys are in your 30s, you might remember a few of these compact, you know, hot hatch. Even if they were not all hatchback, it was part of the sport compact scene. If you remember the Acura Integra Type R, the Acura RSX, the Cobalt SS, the Neon SRT4. We used to have also the Focus SVT, Focus ST, and all the Focuses basically. And all these sport compact disappeared, you know, with the time. And even if you can remember the Toyota Celica, all these cars, they were really cool, and they're really part of my generation when I was younger, part of the Fast and Furious, you know, generation. I really miss all those sport compact car. The GTI is the, you know, it's the true definition of a hot hatch, of a hatchback. It's always been one of the king of the hill for the hatchback, you know, segment. So the GTI I'm driving this week is pretty well equipped because it's an Autobahn edition. So it's around 39,000 Canadian, but you can still get, you know, a base GTI around 30. If you're looking at the base Golf, not the sport one like the GTI, you can still get the GTI around the 23,000. And even if it's not a GTI, the Golf, it's a really solid car. So there's many models in the Golf lineup. So from the base to the GTI, to the electric one, and also the R edition. When you step up to the R edition, a base R is around 42,000, and you can reach, you know, close to 50,000. So it gets kind of expensive when you're looking at the R. So for a lot of you guys, you're looking more at the GTI because it's a little bit more budget friendly. So this car is truly a Swiss knife, you know. It's compact, it's fun to drive, it's solid, there's a ton of space inside of the car. Even if it's a small compact car, you know, you got great performance. You can drive it all year round. You get some nice cargo in the back. You can bring 4 people with you, 5, you know, if someone want to step in the middle in the back. But still, it's you know, it's practical. You can drive to the city. You can drive it every day. You can have fun on the weekend and still get some good fuel economy numbers. You know, this week I'm averaging around 8 liters per 100 kilometers. That's when I'm not driving it in the red line all the time. But still, you know, it's something you can notice with this. You can get good fuel economy, but also good power and a lot of fun. Performance wise, you know, you can do the acceleration 0 to 100 under 6 seconds. I was able to make 5.9 seconds. It's pretty good. You know, when you're driving a front-wheel drive, this little engine's got, you know, plenty of torque for the size of it. Still, you know, traction wise, you're missing, you know, some grip. I wish this car had better tires on to do a better 0 to 100. I think it's lacking a little bit on the grip side of the tire, but still, it's a front-wheel drive. There's no miracle there to do. You know, when you're adding more power to those front-wheel drive, it doesn't really result in better numbers to 0 to 100. It's really a question of traction. Handling wise, this car, you know, it's a GTI. You've got great handling. Again, with probably better tires, you'll probably be able to push it a little bit more. You can really notice just by the structure, the frame, you know, the chassis of this car, it's really strong. And that's one of the key points, you know, when you really push this car in a curve, it really helps the handling of this car. So behind the wheel of this Golf GTI, you really kind of feel you're behind the wheel of a true Volkswagen, a true Golf. You know, lately I drove several other, you know, Volkswagen products like the Atlas, the Jetta, and others. And for me, all these cars feel more Americanized, you know, not as German as they were before. For me, when I'm driving a Volkswagen, I'm expecting some, you know, special sauce, the German sauce, and in the Atlas or the new Jetta, it's something it's really missing. And it's not the case in this Golf because you really have that German taste, that German sauce inside of this GTI. Interior wise, we got those awesome TORQ seats. They're optional on the Autobahn edition. It's not, you know, you don't save any money. It's either you're choosing the leather seats or you've got the optional TORQ seats. I really like those seats. I think it's really something for the Volkswagen enthusiast, the real fan and all that. It gives the GTI that special, unique look, and I really dig it. I remember back in the day, a lot of guys who own Volkswagen, they used to switch their seats for those seats, and they were really looking to get the TORQ seat. So this one's got it. I think it's a bit more rare, and it's really, you like it or you don't like it. So otherwise, inside, you know, I'm really surprised. These seats, they got nice support, but they're not too tight. Usually when I'm inside of those sport compact, it's a little bit tight for me. I've got plenty of space now in this one for my legs, for my lap and all that, so it's great. You know, when I used to drive the Focus ST, I thought the seats were a little bit too tight for my shape. You know, I'm a tall guy, I'm a large guy, so sometimes it's really you know, a downer on that side. So if you're bigger and taller like me, you will fit inside of a GTI. Interior wise, it's plain and simple. Again, I like that steering wheel. I like those paddle shifters. It feels really like Audi. I drove my mom's Audi for a couple of years, you know, during road trips and all that. The steering wheel, the shifts, the transmission and all that, that feels really like the Audi S5 I used to drive. So for me, it's a big plus, you know, other than the logo on the steering wheel. When you really feel and, you know, shift the gears and all that, you really feel inside of a Volkswagen Audi product. Again, it's not the case with the Jetta or the Atlas. In those products, you really feel inside of a Volkswagen, not inside of a Audi. Speaking of the transmission, it's fun to find a really good, you know, automatic in a small package like that, in a sport compact. For me, it's a big plus. You know, if you don't want to get the manual, at least with the DSG, you've got a pretty good transmission, fun to drive. You've got some good shift. You know, the car is really responding to your input. So if you want to do a downshift, it will downshift. Some other cars I drove lately who's more expensive and more sport than this one, sometimes the automatic transmission doesn't respond as I wish or as I'm putting the input. You know, if I'm doing a downshift and the car doesn't do the downshift when it's supposed to do, so for me it's a big negative point on that side, and it's not the case in, you know, this GTI. So for me, the transmission's a big plus. You know, these days there are not a lot of the sport compact anymore. You've got the new Hyundai Veloster N. I haven't drove this one yet. I heard really good things about it. You've got the Mini Cooper S or other mini products, but a lot of you guys don't want to touch those minis because you know, they're a little more expensive, the maintenance and all that. They're a little bit more harder also if you want to modify them. I'm not really speaking about any all-wheel drive. Yes, you can compare it to a WRX or other products, but when you step up to you know, these kind of cars, you know, for me, they're not real compact cars. You need to be a front-wheel drive. So if you want to compare something all-wheel drive, I would probably, you know, compare it with the Golf R. So overall, for me, the Golf GTI is still #1. It's still got the spatial sauce. You know, I think even if this one's a older generation, the next one will raise the bar. For me, the Golf, it's truly like the F-150 in the truck world, you know, the leader of really of the pack, the bestseller and all that. And you can really feel it behind the wheel. You know, Volkswagen invests some serious money behind these cars, and you can really feel it. So I think that the Golf GTI is a good buy. You know, you get the performance, you get the fuel economy, you get the, you know, the practical size, you know, easy to park, plenty of cargo, fun to drive, even, you know, all year round. You know, bring it to the track. This car has got some good handling, good performance, good brake and all that. You can have a lot of fun. If you upgrade the tires, the brake and all that, maybe you can really compete in that, you know, little segment. So for me, this car was a lot of fun to drive this week. I had more fun driving this GTI, who's in the 30,000, 40 range than other cars I drove lately who were way more expensive, way more luxurious. So this car is a lot of fun and brings me a lot of memories, you know, even if, you know, these days I'm a little bit, you know, grown up, a little bit big for this car. But you know, if you're a bit younger and you're looking to get something, you're gonna get your money back for it, you know, and it's still practical. The GTI is a great buy. Alright, I just got a bunch of boxes from the mail, so literally everyone came into my home today. FedEx, UPS, Purolator, Post Canada, all of them. So let's open some of these boxes. So let's do a mail time. Alright, this one's a big box, so let's open this one. It's a nice gift from the guys at the Rear View Print. If you remember, this was my F-150 SVT Raptor. So they draw all my cars I previously had. So I have like 2 other ones too. So it will look pretty nice in my office. All right, this one, my Sierra 84, my actual truck. Really nice drawing from the guys at Rear View Print. They're from Austin, Texas. As you can see, it's really my truck. It doesn't look like a picture, and it doesn't look also like a funky drawing. As a young kid, I used to draw a lot, drawing cars and you know, drawing trucks. And I can tell these guys know what they're doing. So finally, this one is my love. I lost my Mustang I used to own. It was pretty much all modified like this. It was all modified Roush and had my GT 350R wheels on it. So you know, before I sold my Mustang, that's the way it used to look, and I miss that car every day. Now it's in France. If you saw my car in France, tell me and shoot me some pictures, but I miss this car pretty much every day. But you know, this car made some space for new projects, new cars and all that. So if you're interested to get your car been dropped by the team from Rear View Print, I'm gonna put their information down below. I know they're doing an amazing job and you get that nice finish. So you know, I'm really satisfied.